They ruled as the Only Deathworlders until humanity showed up. For 10,000 years, the Threx Dominion sat unchallenged at the top of the galactic hierarchy. Born on the nightmare world of Threxia, a planet whose skies rained acid, whose seas boiled with predators, and whose plants killed as readily as they grew, the Threx had become the galaxy's apex predators. They were proud of that title. They wore it like armor. When they arrived at the Galactic Council centuries ago, no one dared oppose them. Every other species evolved on temperate, safe worlds. The Threx were different, battle-hardened, forged by pain, and utterly convinced no lifeform could match their resilience. Until the humans came. The first whisper of them came as background chatter, an emergent civilization on the edge of the Orion Spur. Their transmissions were primitive, bursts of radio static, fragments of music, laughter, and war. To the Threx, it was amusing. To the Council, it was nothing. But curiosity has always been the first spark of fear. So, the Threx sent a reconnaissance team to Earth. Commander Vorkan, a veteran of 50 campaigns, expected another soft world filled with frail creatures. Instead, his sensors screamed warnings the moment they entered orbit. The oxygen levels were corrosive. The gravity was crushing. The radiation levels spiked above any survivable metric. Impossible, muttered his lieutenant. No species could evolve here. Then they saw them, humans, walking across volcanic plains, swimming in sub-zero seas, climbing mountains without armor, and thriving amid storms that would flay a Threx alive. And worst of all, they were smiling. The Threx reported their findings to the Council. They are insane, Vorkan concluded. They call their world a cradle, but it is a crucible. They have built civilizations on a planet that kills everything. The Council dismissed it as exaggeration. The Threx, however, felt something they hadn't felt in millennia: unease. So, they decided to test humanity. A small accidental incursion into the Sol system was authorized, a single Threx battle group to probe the newcomers' response. The humans did not negotiate. They did not threaten. They simply vanished from their sensors. Moments later, the Threx fleet found itself surrounded. Ships materialized from behind moons, from planetary shadows, from the blackness itself. No warning, no radio chatter, just precision strikes that crippled the Threx formation in minutes. Vorkan barely escaped. His last transmission was a single sentence. They hunt in silence. When humanity was invited to the Galactic Council soon after, the Threx delegation arrived armed and armored. The humans arrived in suits and smiles. Ambassador Catherine Ward stood at the podium, her hand steady as she regarded the assembly. "We come in peace," she said, "but understand this, peace is not our natural state. It's our choice." The chamber erupted into whispers. A Threx general laughed aloud. "You claim to be Deathworlders. Your skin tears under claws. Your bones snap like twigs. What makes you dangerous?" The human looked at him, expression unreadable. "We build weapons that can rewrite stars," she said softly. "And we built them before we met you." The Threx, proud and furious, issued a challenge, a Deathworld trial. A contest of endurance and survival, to be fought on the neutral planet Varkas 9, where even armored drones perished in minutes. Each species would send a representative. The Threx chose their strongest warlord, a creature whose claws could rend titanium. The humans sent a single marine named Sergeant Leon Cross. The Council watched the feed from orbit. For the first few hours, the Threx hunted Leon through jungle and storm. But humans had spent eons doing exactly that, being hunted, learning patterns, striking back. When the predator slept, Leon struck. When the storm raged, Leon moved with it. When the beasts attacked, he turned them on each other. 3 days later, Leon emerged from the jungle carrying the Threx warlord's body, not as a trophy, but wrapped carefully, respectfully. He placed it on the landing pad and said only, "He fought well." The galaxy had no words. From that day forward, humanity was no longer ignored. They were studied, feared, and quietly respected. Every attempt to intimidate them backfired. When Threx ships threatened their colonies, the humans didn't fortify, they evacuated civilians and detonated the planet's core, taking the invaders with them. When the Dominion unleashed bioweapons, the humans reverse-engineered the disease in days and sent the cure across the stars for everyone except the Threx. And when the Threx demanded surrender, Earth's response was a simple broadcast. "Try us." The war that followed lasted only 11 months. The Threx had expected another war of attrition, of fleet engagements and sieges. Humanity fought differently. They hacked navigation systems, seeded false data through the galactic network, and turned the Dominion's own ships against them. Their tactics were unpredictable, ruthless, and brilliant. Every human soldier seemed to carry an unshakable will, every fleet moved as if sharing one mind. For the first time in its history, the Threx Dominion surrendered. When the treaty was signed, the human envoy leaned close to the Threx warlord and whispered, "You were right about one thing, we are Deathworlders. We just learned to smile while surviving." A century passed. The Threx still ruled vast sectors, but the galaxy no longer feared them as gods. Humanity had joined the council as equals, not subjects. And the old stories began to shift. Children no longer whispered the name Threx when they spoke of monsters. They spoke of humans, the smiling predators from the blue world that turned fear into power and pain into progress. In time, even the Threx came to admire them. Because deep down, they understood, only another Deathworlder could truly understand what it meant to survive everything the universe could throw at you and choose to remain kind. Word count, ~1500. Description: the Threx Dominion ruled as the galaxy's only Deathworlders until humans appeared. Born from a planet far more lethal than anyone imagined, humanity didn't just survive, they adapted, evolved, and turned every threat into opportunity. The day they stood beside the Threx, the galaxy learned that the deadliest species weren't the strongest, they were the ones who smiled through pain.